let y'all know what this is. Now we do this. Let's get locked and loaded for another episode of Freedom on Radio. Here at Intellectual Radio. It's been a making history, taking history, and taping history, y'all. You can take a pause with the call, open them front doors and back, open them quick, close them quick, because it's cold in Chicago. Let them know you did what I'm saying. The weekly episode of Freedom on Radio is live, locked and loaded, y'all. It's been a making history, taking history, taping history. You did. A lot of people say, well, man, what about the Black Panther Party at the political education classes? You did. Still going down. This is, in fact, become membership. You gotta give us a summation of 6 different episodes of Freedom on Radio. So we're not on Blog Talk Radio no more, but we still locked and loaded, y'all. We at 708-223-8953. Again, 708-223-8953. Call in, or better yet, as we say, Panther Cub being with us, y'all. Coming in late, but we say quality time outweighs quantity time. Quality time outweighs quantity time. In the spirit of moving and grooving, there's a lot of stuff happening, y'all. A lot of stuff happening. I know people want to call in, the Cub in with their thoughts in regards to the Super Bowl Kendrick Lamar. What's your thoughts on it? You dig? You know what I'm saying? Everything is political. Everything's political. You dig? Words, terms, music, you name it. You call it your input again at 708-223-8953. Also, if you've been noticing that the Judas and the Black Messiah, we have been on tour. We just on the flyer, today's flyer, that's actually inside the prison. So, man, yeah, inside the prison, where there's a park. See, when the free of now, when they shut me in, I didn't see myself going back up in the camps, but we went up in there and we showed the movie. It's just a powerful dialogue. As a matter of fact, contact us at Chairman Fred Speaks at gmail.com. We're going to try to get that tour moving and grooving. Chairman Fred Speaks at gmail.com. This Saturday, I'm supposed to be in Kentucky with the family aunt of Breonna Taylor. You know what I'm saying? So Jacob Blake gonna be there. Yvonne. There's gonna be some powerful people in the building. Gonna be in Kentucky this Saturday. So more details to come. Get them other dates that's coming also. And I'm still on cloud. I want to talk about some contradictions too that I just came back from this tour. Not tour, the speaking engagement at this school on the west side. I don't talk about that, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? And I think the students tuning in with us too. But we in Chicago and got a phone call earlier. You know what I'm saying? Brother JT, the bigger figure, say he in town. So I said, dig, man, you know, it's expected snowstorm going down. You know, hold fast for a couple days till we touch down. Hey, Chairman, you know, we do this, we moving and grooving. I'll pull up on you, you know what I'm saying? Rain, sleet, or snow. Yeah. And sure enough, I said, okay. I said, meet back up, you know what I'm saying? We land on our last moves. Hey, without a word being said, we meet up at the wall. I said, China, when they say at the Great Wall, you know where they at. Chicago, you say the wall. The wall. Madison, California. You know what I'm saying? A picture's worth 1,000 words. A mural is worth 1,000,000. Yes. You dig? So y'all who've not seen that, go back and check that out. You know what I'm saying? Madison, California, the wall. My brother, welcome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me, man. Good to see you again. It's been 10 years. Man. We did the movie Chirac, and I'm back to do part 2.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm glad you answered the phone today.
Man, what? Man, you know what I'm saying? We like to look. You know, when you say 10 years, it just hit me. If we go back and look at that, that it was that time. It was the initial mural was just Chairman Fred himself, I believe.
Yep, it was.
It was just Chairman Fred.
Yeah.
And we got to redid in 2020, you know what I'm saying, with Chairman Fred, Mother Comrade, of course, Deputy Minister of Health, Doc Satchel, Defense Commander Clark. So I did. You had pulled up in the west side of Chicago, you know what I'm saying?
West side of Chicago.
And I said, if they ever come through there and don't see our people on Madison, get concerned, because I said gentrification made this a major hit.
Yes, sir.
And we got some footage that was unscripted. Last time you came through, it was going down. We seized the time right then, and just it's today. Same way, man. You know what I'm saying? Man. And brothers, he was a little disappointed. He said when you get there, he said, "Man," he said, "I'm coming. Wallace's catfish." He said it's closed. I said, "Man,
they didn't shut the
Wallace fish joint closed down."
Yeah.
And shout out to Wallace, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Wallace
sir.
Davis.
Yes,
but they made it move to Maywood. Our brother Everett Stubblefield. Shout him out.
Shout out to Everett Stubblefield. Beautiful, beautiful spot and delicious food, man.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Good energy there, yo. So y'all, that's
Yeah.
5 minutes from the Hampton House. If you ever come, you know what I'm saying, come in town, go check out that brother, support that brother.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna be open up for some conversations, man. But in the meantime, between time, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you ain't no stranger to the social media.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you gonna bring us a speech of stuff you got going on.
Yes,
Yeah, I want
sir.
y'all again to call in the club in with us at 708-223-8953. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no if you tripping, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we said take your seatbelt off for this ride. You know, so you call in. We might get a call from Ghana. We might get a call from the Cook County Jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. You know, so when the calls come in, you know what I'm saying, your thoughts what's happening. But of course, we're gonna talk about this. I'm talking about some. I really want. I was debating. People saying, "Hey, yeah, you gonna go in for the day with the weather, so on and so forth." And this experience yesterday at this school, I'm gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? The good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? And I want to talk about that too. But brother, man, my brother, you know, floor is open, man. Then you want to bring us to speak what you hear for what's going down.
Well, first of all, I'm happy to be here. You know, tapping in with my brother Fred Hampton Jr. You know, a pioneer in the present. You know, extending your father legacy, and I'm out here pre-Savior's Day for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, which is coming up on the 23rd at Mas Mariam. But I know so many people was coming on that particular weekend.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be here without the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and him sending them brothers into our neighborhood, into them projects with them suits and bow ties on, coming to talk to us. And I was just a young brother out there, you know, selling drugs, you know, stealing cars, breaking in houses. And I never forget the brothers coming and telling us, black man, you know, you come from God. Black man, you know, your ideas, your visions that you have, them is from God, brother. But if you doing the devil activity, you might not, your dream might not happen.
Yeah.
So I was one of the young brothers, and I'll never forget, it was a Final Call newspaper. It had 4 young brothers on the front with a circle around them with the bullseye. It said black youth targeted by the government. And I never heard nothing like the black youth while we targeted. And in this Final Call newspaper, it was talking about how easy it is to get AK-47s. Back then, the AK-47 was a big thing.
Yeah.
And then they had the Mac 10 and the Mac 11.
I'm tripping when you saying these.
Yeah.
you can literally like classify different time periods.
Yes.
What was a popular weapon? I mean, when you say certain things, I mean, the time period, like cars and vehicles, different music.
Yes.
And that's something in our community. When you say certain weapons, certain music,
yes,
certain cars, you automatically your mind click to a certain time period.
And those guns was cheap. AK-47 with the knife on the front. You know, and it came in what is called a bayonet, and it came in a real box. I think these was Chinese AK-40, and I remember my next door neighbor had got one.
Yeah,
and it just, you know, we was infatuated with the guns, and at this time, the movie Colors was out. So that's the first movie that really highlighted the Los Angeles Crips and Bloods, the gang life. And I never forget after 1988. How our neighborhood is the Fillmore neighborhood, and we was always one unit. If somebody did something to one, you mess with everybody. But after this movie came out, literally within a month or two, it went from Fillmore to Fulton Street Mob. Whoever lived right here, it formed into its own gang or set. We call it set. We wouldn't call it gang. We still Fillmore, but Fulton Street Mob, the out of control posse on Eddy Street. Knockout Posse on Eddy Street, Death Valley, Hayes Valley, but they switched to Death Valley. Page Street switched to Page Street Mob. You know, so the division of our neighborhood happened based on this movie. It wasn't like they came and told us to separate. Everybody wanted to represent something specific to stand up for. And at this time, the minister and the FOI was patrolling the neighborhood, you know, trying to pass the word out, trying to get us to they was sharing the light. So to speed up the story a little bit, I got impacted by that. And and I never forget the minister when I met him. He was saying, like, well, he didn't tell me this specifically. He told the audience, but he said, brothers, I know you guys want to get your hands on a kilo of cocaine so you can do your thing. But he said, how about you cook a kilo of yourself? Your ideas is worth more than a kilo. And back then it sounded like brainwash probably to some, but to me, I took that like, so basically you saying find something that I want to do. And at that time it was music.
Big.
And me being able to take that concept of cook a kilo of myself, I was able to avoid prison life because I got so deep into trying to create music, learn how to make beats, learn how to do film, learn how to mix my stuff down, learn how to manufacture it, how to sell it myself. Man, I became somebody off of that. So fast forward to 2025, as the minister's rounding up his 70th year, uh, trying to help lift black people, I wanted to come to his city where I know it's plenty death and destruction. There's plenty young brothers out here that don't mind dying and going to jail, that don't think they valuable. And I just want to share that same light, even though the minister is here. But me coming here, I'm coming to just reinforce what he already then laid down. And I wanted to we got 4 buses that I'm renting, and we're gonna bring a bunch of young brothers and some of the mothers with their children to the mosque on Sunday, this Sunday at Mosque Mariam. Prior to Sabbath Day, this is my salute back to the minister coming to come support the people of Chicago. So that's what I'm here for. And you was somebody I knew. I said, oh, this a brother that's part of the mission. Let me come and support what you got going on, brother. And I'm glad you answered your phone.
Well, my brother, I'm glad as well. It's always good to see you. You know, I'm even I guess the tag team on some of the points you brought out. You know what I'm saying? One, I said something how the mind works out that time period. When you mentioned certain, like even the weaponry, the music, so on and so forth, how the mind, you know, like the time period, how you automatically, you know what I'm saying, remember, you know what I'm saying, relate to. And it's something like even the name changes, you know what I'm saying, in the streets, you know what I'm saying, for the feel more for those outside. We got an international listener audience. So we heard, we being heard from the Congo to Chicago, you know what I'm saying?
Salute.
And in our times in different colonized communities, people will be subjective. They think it's just going down here in San Francisco or Chicago. So, but it's interesting, I think it's imperative that we there are differences, but you start drawing that correlation about, like, you know, like I tell people something, like even present day, I tell people, I say, just make a phone call to any major city, you know what I'm saying, and at the same time in the morning, and ask a youngster, what you listen to, what they play on the radio station this time in Detroit, Cleveland, Ohio. And after a while, you'll say, wait a minute, this is actually programming, you know what I'm saying, because ain't no coincidence that all is going around. And I spoke in an interview recently, and I was telling somebody, I say, even the name change with the various street organizations, the street tribes. Like like now you get a generation of youngsters, they would easily say words like gang, gang. Those was fighting words at a certain period of time. You know what I'm saying? You can look at old graffiti or scorched earth, you know, or spray painted. What cats had, the suffix was nation. You know, that was one commonality they had. Like, for example, you know, you see VL, Vice Lord Nation, uh, BD, Black Disciple Nation, Black Peace Stone Nation. Then later, this whole dynamic about the gang, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's interesting. You see, like, even how the names, the mob, and all, you know what I'm saying?
The mob,
and that picks up the certain. What comes with it is a certain um character, a certain when people deal with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I tell you, like, even I tell people, I say, like, you can look at different periods of time and see where we at in regards to, like, what, you know, what people naming their babies. You know what I'm saying? I say, I look forward to that. I say, we want to up the ante. You know, so we got real models as opposed to role models, where we got people that we can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Field Marshal George Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I said, you start. You know, you got people to come to your community, and the names, how it impact you. I was even tripping on this interview with Kendrick Lamar, and how he said his mother, his mother and father, they had named him the Kendrick. The name come from in honor of Eddie Kendricks, the Temptations. And I say, like, you can guide them without pushing to it. You can put somebody on their mission. You know what I'm saying, through the door. And I was because since somebody on social media told me how they was locked up with his grandfather in county jail. I said, whoa. And I say, we had to start looking at, like the whole thing about lineage, name, and I said, like, I said, that's how we take stuff like arranged marriages and all that.
Yeah.
That's, man, we had to really start looking at those different dynamics. Um, I want to say something, to touch on something that, man, I wish you could have been with me. It was yesterday, I spoke at this school, and it was ups and downs with it, and when I got there, showing the movie, and so when I first come in, so they had one this 7th and 8th grade, so I guess that would make them 12 and 11 to 12, between 11 and 13. And the little brothers, I watched their body language. They came in, they was just, they slouched, sit down, their head down. And I was critical of how, I said, man, so I said, we gonna show the movie. I said, no, we ain't finna move like this. I said, man, tighten up. And I said, but it was like I was cool with it. And I said, man, like the whole thing, like I think about my like the structure, and like and I kind of went in about it. And once one of the sisters, she said, man, she said, you all right? She said, like you about to like tears in your eyes. And I said, man, it hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, man, and I mean, I was telling myself, like, even out the pride in our people, so I say, man, I said, y'all familiar with Cinco de Mayo? They say, no. I said, you remember when the Mexicano community ran with their flag? They said, yeah. I said, you see the pride in their face, their people. And I said, y'all know we had flags, you know what I'm saying? And you could see that it was like defeatism, you know what I'm saying? I said, damn, it hurt. And then we was leaving. I went in. I said, man, we got to tighten up. And while I'm at the school, an older lady comes in, and she say, I know who you are. I said, how you know? She say, where you walked up here. She say, I grew because we right around what we call Ground Zero, where Chairman Fred and Defense Lamar Clark was assassinated at. She said I was around here that day, and she vividly remembered. She said, I mean, they called lights up on the west side of Chicago when they came on assassination, and she said that scared her. She said, because I tell you, like even what they do, the breaking process, and it breaks of a generation, like during chattel slavery, they would grab a sister who escaped, they would go bring her back, chop her stomach open in front of the masses, stomp the fetus to death. So you know what I'm saying? Before you know it, you breed it, and you re-encouraging punkism. Like, don't do this, so on and so forth.
Yeah, don't rebel.
Yeah. And it hurt because I say in this case in particular, because we were so close to when the assassination occurred, and I was telling y'all are close to it. Y'all supposed to know about this.
Yes.
Like when we first got to Hampton House, it hurt when I talked to some youth did not know who Chairman Fred was. And I went in, I said, man, and one parent, she said one time, she said, y'all made with them children got to get bigger shirts and stuff like that. I said, why you should say they walk with their chest out now, you know what I'm saying? And it's always like the image, so I said, you can look at, ironically, it was just some footage. It may have been a Savior's Day a few years ago, but just the drill thing, you know what I'm saying? And and people say, I say, you can't devalue the importance of images, all, you know what I'm saying, all of that, And a lot of times we grew up with it and take it for granted. I say everything from the media. I said in Good Times, the TV show, you had James Amos, who played James Evans, the father in Good Times. And I used to talk to Eric Monte, the brother who actually did Good Times.
Okay.
He went through a lot of struggles, man. You know what I'm saying? To the battles he went through, and this he did Good Times, Cooley High, What's Happening, all this. Norman Lynn, when they ripped him off big time, so he went to homeless shelters and everything. And the battles, just even had that father figured out, you know what I'm saying? And I say this generation, they be deprived of that, you know what I'm saying? And and it hurts, but you get those charge up, you know what I'm saying? You say, damn, we gonna make it, you know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts? I'm moving around different areas of, this discussion in regards to the Super Bowl, but the Kendrick Lamar performance. What's your thoughts on that?
I think our brother is a genius. They was definitely some big money behind the scenes that was working to stop it.
Yeah.
Of course, when the announcement was made that he would be performing, that already became a conflict.
Yeah.
of course, by Lil Wayne being from New Orleans, they would expect, why isn't he part of the show? And then that caused controversy out the gate, which led back to Jay-Z specifically. But Jay-Z's a powerful individual. And then the people behind him through the NFL, they're powerful as well. The conflict and the beef with Drake, though, I think intensified it because this was, of course, a competition. The rap battles, the beef going back and forth through lyrics, through songs, and it lined up to something perfect with a perfect outcome because the brother actually showed improved. Some people say it wasn't a good show. That's fine, but the goal was accomplished, and it's the highest viewed Super Bowl halftime show ever. And as far as me, I'm West Coast, so we proud.
Got a subjectivity. We West Coast,
we proud of our brother, man. And
let me throw this in there too. That they say he's born in Chicago, raised in Compton. Now
it's a possibility.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
Well, we can check this out. Let's get this clip. Give us a little credit. Yeah.
So Chicago is involved in this.
You better believe it. Research team, y'all check this out for me now. You know what I'm saying? Because man, we get give us a little credit around here. They say, I tell them, they talk about I was in Memphis, Tennessee recently, and young brother Dolph. I said, okay, now y'all, they say he born in Chicago also. And his grandparents raised in Memphis. So we gonna fight for some of this credit too.
Hey, man, shout out to Chicago, man. Let's give Chicago that credit, man.
Man.
Well, winning them 5 Grammys though a week before, or what, 2-3 days before?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, how? When he say the stars, I think he got a song called "The Stars" or something. Man, did the stars line up? This was a perfect lineup of stars that God had to approve because it's just too perfect. The Super Bowl and 5 Grammys.
I'm a tag team.
It doesn't matter who come after that. That probably won't happen ever again in this same format to win the Grammys, and then the next couple days you at the Super Bowl and kill it.
And genius, and I heard
his
different
pops. Okay, they say his pops is from Chicago.
Oh yeah, because
his uncle's Chicago.
Yeah.
All right, Chicago, man. Y'all
come on with it. Come on with it. Come on,
part of this.
We say Cub on with it. Panther Cub on with it.
Yeah.
And I tell you and that's in no one is an island in him or herself. I was just coming in an interview yesterday, and we talking about we going down every Father's Day. We go down to Haynesville, Louisiana. That's where Chairman Fred is buried at. And people say, why he buried down there? Because and I also, a lot of people, I don't know if they know that the law enforcement will shoot his tombstone up every year where he's buried at. And I took it as a badge of honor because I mean we went through some struggles. Lil Bobby Hutton, treasurer of the Black Panther Party, when was 17 years old, assassinated April 4th, 1968. His niece, I mean, when I was locked up, her vote was, she's cub too. She said, we should get the thing resurfaced. And I said, we trying to raise funds for this mother stuff, but also I really don't know about that. I say, certain attacks are good. So that I push. Let's go with the Emmett Till tactic. Well, the world need to see this. You know what I'm saying? I say, let's
see how it looks, exactly how it is.
And see, because we want to push stuff under the rug. You know what I'm saying? And there's a term. I mean, when I was on the set of Judas and Black Messiah, kept on saying, let's heighten the contradictions. And they actually got into one of the lines. Let's be upfront with this here. You know what I'm saying? We say being oppressed is embarrassing. So that's why we try to jive ourselves about it. But to see that, the Emmett Till picture that on front of magazines that triggered people, you know what I'm saying? It's been happening, but you know what I'm saying? Not just like coronavirus, it may be dormant, but to see it. And that tombstone, we end up coming with a casket, like a casing over it. A bulletproof casing. Got a quote from my mother comrade, Cohen Jerry's on there, and the quote is on there. We go down every Father's Day. And I was commenting about how he's buried close to his grandfather, my great-grandfather, who had a hell of an impact on his life. I remember my great-grandfather, I mean, as a child, I literally can, even when I talk about him, I can smell the tobacco burnt in his pipe. You smoke tobacco. I can smell it, but I vividly remember him laying down with his shotgun. It was a groundhog or something, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a rabbit. And I remember that, you know what I'm saying? Him doing that. And, you know what I'm saying? This is symbolism, you know what I'm saying? That impacted me. He took Chairman Fred as a child, took him around, showed him what, you know, who got hung on what particular trees, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And, you know, even with Kendrick Lamar, his father and uncle, you know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of discussion is triggered by the grandfather. And we, you know, I mean, we growing up, it was, you know, the annual trips, you know, going down south. And I remember there was a case where it was a vicious murder, sister got murdered, and her last name was Hampton. And I was trying to figure out how they related to me, and like they weren't even, you know, even hip to their lineage. You know what I'm saying? Like you walk to what part of the South your family from? Like, you know, Detroit, they known for, I think, Arkansas. You know, you can draw that connection. But it's so important, that lineage, you know what I'm saying? Because this system, they study us, they know potential, you know what I'm saying? They can study if this person give this person the potential. And that's important, like even Kendrick Lamar's his lineage and genius, man, you know. And some people's critical say, well, he maybe you shouldn't have said this and that. You know, the people ain't ready for this. I envy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I found myself. I wrote this poem one time called "It's Ignorance Abyss." You know, poem just my release too. Matter of fact, some years back, I get down with you in the studio.
In Oakland.
man,
Yeah, that was my studio.
Man,
shout out to East Oakland, man. Yeah,
man, about 20-something years ago. Damn.
Small world.
Yeah,
now.
we gotta get out again, man. Yeah, that's my release, and I wrote this poem called "It's Ignorance Abyss." You know, so I said, damn, you know what I mean? Sometimes you be hating, you know, certain things, but I like, you know, I sympathize. But I mean, you gotta press go. You got, you know, so you can't wait on, you know, you can't wait on people, man. And, hey, and it's like, it's the saying the party had in the 60s in at the Red Book. Blood to the horse's brow, woe to those who can't swim. Blood to the horse's brow, woe to those who can't swim. In other words, it's gonna get so intense, so vicious out here. The blood gonna be up to a horse's brow, and I pity those who can't grasp it. It's like, the discussion that's happening with that generation in particular, generation young, they can't afford nothing less than Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's such a deficit. You know what I'm saying? And people say, "Well, man, you got to." I say, we have music where the cat just didn't come out and say, "Man, bam, well, I'm getting in the bed with you." I mean, the Isley brother, you know what I'm saying? You can, okay, let me see, okay, you know, think of creative with it. You know what I'm saying? Not even cats when this went out dry snitching. I did blah blah blah. You know, it's it's you play with your brain or something. As opposed to run that microwave meal. Bam, what you do? Hold on, homie, slow down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because I was upset, they was offended. I think people that was offended. They said, we just want to watch the Super Bowl. They was offended that he making them think. That's how a lot of people really like it's offensive to you that you saying, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? I want this, man, I want this microwave meal right now. But the reality is, man, he up the ante. And it's still messages coming out to this day for that performance. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a block on symbolism. I had a block on certain things first. I said, damn, all that red, white, and blue. I had like a blocker. I said, ain't no telling what this genius song, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I say, man, and you know
what that red, white, and blue?
Talk to me.
That red was for the Bloods. The blue was for the Crips, and the white was for the Bay Area. All the guys in white was from the Bay up north. Oh,
look, I'm gonna start some more. The Bay Area, the brothers in particular, I feel the CRC. You know what I'm saying? I feel Marshall Tohark and all that. There's a picture with them young brothers who was on the stage with them. We was at the mural with Minister U.E.P. Newton. I know them brothers personally.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I know I'm jumping in with this credit.
Come on, jump on in, man.
Because you know the Bay Area, Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That was the sister cities. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
and that's good. You point and see a phenomenon. It's gonna be like I said that no one. Like I said, like it's a quote. One of the quotes Minister U.P. say, "Power is the ability to define phenomenon and make it act in a desired manner." Power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. A phenomenon is an unusual event that can be scientifically explained. And some things can be, the past and fad, whatever, but that phenomenon, everybody from some point of unity, you know what I'm saying, can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? Some people say, oh, that's people go to church, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reverend Nat Turner made the church applicable. Regardless if you was with the church, you know what I'm saying? It impact, you say, hold on, this impact, you know what I'm saying, my life. Potential death.
Yeah.
That's even to point that out about even the color, because I think you can come in subjective, like, Because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, they see that colors, you know what I'm saying, and but we got to be as oppressed people, because we've been colonized, to be able to get that peel in applesauce. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, right.
And have a whole conversation, and not we got to. Everybody ain't gonna get it, and everybody can't get it, because sometimes it can be dangerous or a detriment to say, man, because they'll stop it before we even get there. You know what I'm saying? I say, people still probably out on the plantation now. They're like, oh man, he gonna hear it coming, they're damn singing again.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Not knowing this is the thing that's needed.
And we headed down to the river, the sun from down in the rain. You know, I don't get time for that gospel music. You know what I'm saying? Reverend that church, here he come with that church stuff. He told me, praise the Lord, past ammunition. And it's you know what I'm saying? And there's certain moves, and then a lot of people get upset like, "Won't you just say it?" No, this ain't no McDonald's burger. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, this ain't that.
Real talk.
This ain't that. I looked on YouTube and seen that I was telling my brother about two things that's taking over YouTube right now. One of them is 50 Cent and Big Meech. Whoever say something about that, automatic views. The other thing that's automatic views is your interpretation of what Kendrick Lamar showed me. And I absolutely saw a number of people give an interpretation. Now I'm like, okay, well, let me see what the hell. Well, Samuel L. Jackson said this at this point, so that means this. Yeah. Or it's a tic-tac-toe and he was standing on the zero and on this song. Right. So I'm like, wait a minute. Some people making up stuff. Right. Or it's what they seen in it. Yeah. It's a different perspective. I was telling my bro, I say, look at all these dudes that want to say whatever about 50 Cent and Big Meech, and then look at this with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Yeah. So anything conflict orientated, them is the two highest things that are being searched. Yeah. And things that are getting motion, like you talking about it right now. Right. That's motion. There's motion on it. Yeah. From your perspective, my perspective, this conversation. So it's a phenomenon. No, there you go. It's a phenomenon. I'm glad. And I seen white people talking about it. That's regular white people. A phenomenon transcends geographical land, it transcends race. And I dig that, as opposed to some trivial pursuits about who in bed with who fucking who, you know what I'm saying? All that, the ante being up, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to some trivial pursuits, you know what I'm saying? Because the deal is they want to keep us subjugated to this small, you know what I'm saying? So at least that discussion is happening. I went and bought an iPhone. The lady who's selling me an iPhone, she's an older white lady, right? Yeah. So we discussing what I'm gonna do with the phone, what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. Then out of nowhere, did you see the Kendrick Lamar show? Yeah. I'm like, hold on. This is a white lady that's older. Right. She talking about the Super Bowl, but the Kendrick Lamar part is that she said, I really enjoyed that show. I'm like, oh shit! What in the world? That's how you tell a phenomenon. See, the phenomenon. Like I say, like you go on the planet doing chattel slavery. Certain people go say they go to church. Reverend Nack turn to discussion, leave out about freedom. You know what I'm saying, Harry? That's like, are you defining the phenomenon, or the phenomenon defining you? Mm-hmm. He went there and flipped the whole script. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, they ain't talking about. They like, what? Oh, it was a football game? You know what I'm saying? Missed all that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole dynamic of. They tell me, I say, man, we come from the cloth with man, the dog wag the tail. Tell him wag the dog. Are you using it, or is it using you? You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. And that's the deal to come in. This one guy, this pastor, I got his name. He said, difference between a thermostat and a thermometer. Some people come in, they read the temperature. Some people they set the temperature. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to go into a phenomenon that's used as like, because historically, like even I get my little setbacks even with the sports thing. I mean, when I was locked up, how they would utilize it. You know what I'm saying? The control. You know what I'm saying? And I remember a big issue we had one time. In fact, around Super Bowl, they had this thing called a clean wing contest. And they would say, whoever had the clean the wing up the best, they'd give them some popcorn, let them sit around, you know what I'm saying, watch Super Bowl. And there's one brother, he was pushing for it, and I said, and I was in isolation. I said, no, man, we ain't really. So he tried to divide it to just a question about being clean. I said, no, I'm good. I support getting rid of germs. For sure. But I said, the timing, Springfield is finna come down here. That's the Springfield is the capital of Illinois. They finna go on their tours. You want us to clean this up so it can look good. You know what I'm saying? So they come through, they can have a class piece. Say, oh, everything is all right here. I say, I'm not up with that. I say, man, a finesse. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can't see. I say, I can't. I say, man, people in Dachau, Auschwitz, Nazi Germany talking about let's clean the gas chambers up. You know what I'm saying? Make it look good. They come in on the record.
Man, man,
yeah. Nah, it's real.
And it sets the area of the class piece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That goes back to what you said. Like the deal, a lot of times people don't want you to heighten the contradiction. You say, no, let's be upfront. What we dealing with here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like there was a bunch of apprehension. They was worried if he gonna go through the song. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And how he does is see. A lot of people want you to devalue it to just like, as I say, I really have it's really not, it's no beef. It's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? This is he put that peel in the apple, so it's political contradiction. You know what I'm saying? And see, our people are always deprived of that. They have stuff happens in our community. They give us these terms like, a beef or other like tribunals, what they have, the Nuremberg hearings in Nazi Germany. Where they actually brought all some of the soldiers, the SS and SA, and they asked them what role. None of their defense was that Adolf Hitler, him being a Fuhrer, he made them do this here. We need to have some of this stuff with us, like some hearings. You know what I'm saying? Who been involved in these attacks on us? And a lot of people they trip and say, "Chairman, you always using these terms." We say terms like chairman, minister of defense. It's struggling to put us in political context. There's contradictions recently with Africa. I don't want to talk to you about Africa too. Okay, I definitely want to talk to you about. Come on. So we go to Africa now. It was a last minute delegation. So I'm going there, and we had to grab some other young forces, you know what I'm saying? Because my comrade, my usual security, couldn't roll the time. And we going on a delegation. I'm thinking people know what that means. So another young kid who didn't, you know what I'm saying, he going, and when we get there, there's a new cat. I said, whoa, this dude think this is a vacation. You know what I'm saying? And I said, he has no. I said, I know what a delegation is. I've been to France with Pam and Ramona Africa when we Abu Jamal case. I grew up seeing images. You know what I'm saying? I know, like Minister of Defense UEP with that coat. You know what I'm saying? He talking to Yasser Arafat. You know what I'm saying? I done see Minister Farrakhan, different, abroad. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they come in, you come in, you respect the other people. It's also a mutual respect. Mutual. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's not you know what I'm saying? And you don't get it wrong. You can go to enjoy yourself too. But this is man. I say everything how you dress your man. It all matters. Yeah, it all matters. But it blew me away. I said, man, these kids ain't got no frame of reference. In certain terms we use, like, you know what I'm saying, a delegation. And I said, this kid thinks it's a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And misunderstanding. But also, ignorance also compounded with an arrogance, though. You know what I'm saying? Because see, like, I was on the set of the movie. I said, I don't know if this generation gonna grasp the significance of free breakfast program. They said, why you say that? I say, they grew up. They got Grubhub. You know what I'm saying? Uber Eats. Yeah, Uber Eats. And it produces without that. Another statement this European say, his mama say, a preacher say, a certain amount of suffering is good for the soul. It's like that lineage also dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like in Chicago, that's like that structure that we, I said, like you can go to a place, the terms, like they be here, they say the tones of the structure. Minister Farrakhan, you know what I'm saying? Chief Malik, you know what I'm saying? Minister Rico, Chairman Fred. It's not ego tripping. It's putting in context of that structure. And one of America's policies is to create chaos, then restore order. Create chaos, then restore order. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because see, without structure, it's attractive. Oh yeah, we'll do what you want to do. Say, you know what I'm saying? It sounds real good. But the deal is structure is a necessary dynamic. You know what I'm saying? You go, and a lot of people have an issue with structure because their first concept of structure it comes from the state, the system. They never seen our people. You know what I'm saying? We never seen our people. You know what I'm saying? Whether you reference the Nation of Islam, the Black Panther Party, we never seen. I say our people and guys are structure. And see, we come from the cloth of, I think Sheikh Anta talks about, like, how our people, we can have different dynamics. There can be contradictions, do not necessarily mean it's antagonistic contradictions. As opposed to Western or European society, one comes at the expense of another. In other words, when this, so they come to, so they can work in harmony with nature, animals. I gotta conquer you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no coexisting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It could be different dynamics, like different organizations. You know what I'm saying? But still have the harmony. Don't say y'all different. No, there's nothing bad with that. You know what I'm saying? To acknowledge that. You ain't gonna chop my tree down to build your tree up. You know what I'm saying? That's real. And that's the dynamic. But again, you have when you have a generation who don't even like. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, like yesterday, I kind of went there. When I'm telling young brothers sitting up, and I seen some people calling him. You know what I'm saying? I said, whoa, stop the car. See, I even like even that. I look at Kendrick Lamar, the dynamic of that family. You know what I'm saying? The community. See, he's not biased. You know what I'm saying? That balance. You know what I'm saying? The community, the family, all that plays a role. I think like of who you are. You know what I'm saying? I tell when I talk about, I say I feel fortunate to have fallen from the tree of two freedom fighters, Chairman Fred and Akua and Jerry. You know what I'm saying? And but that structure, that's the chairman though. You know what I'm saying? But don't like I mean like initially with some of the script they had her role. It was kind of like like kind of talking crazy to the chair. We said we said where that come from? We don't we don't get out like that. You know what I'm saying? And when some people see it as you know what I'm saying, it's an under, but that's structure. We not cut from that cloth. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And see structure without structure, you open. You know what I'm saying? You open to be moved on. You know what I'm saying? Without even knowing you being moved on.
Yes.
You know?
Nah, that's right, brother.
I'm Africa. I know you, man. Where was you at?
I was in Burkina Faso.
That's hot right now too, man.
Yes, but when I got there, it was slave. It was slave orientated. Wasn't none of that independent, none of that.
What?
When I got there, they invited me. They paid my way to come there.
Mm.
They brought me there for what they seen that I did in Atlanta, Georgia. They was wondering, how are you from California, but you went?
Well, give us some. You know what I'm saying? Even Atlanta, Georgia. Whatever.
Okay.
Atlanta, yeah.
All right. So I moved to Atlanta, Georgia in 2010, September 1st. I moved there after visiting a few times over the years. One of the top producers there named Zay Tobin, I taught him how to produce. I taught him how to work the drum machine, how to connect it to the computer, how to do MIDI, how to do mix downs, how to track out beats. When Zay Tobin moved to Atlanta, he met a guy named Gucci Man and a bunch of other guys and started making their beats. California was trapped in gang culture, sort of like with Chicago.
Yeah.
So the talent that exists in California, it's a dark cloud over it before it could ever take flight, because the neighborhood is at war already. It's a conflict. So after a minute,
you say California, okay, now we don't like further south, Southern California, or like California?
The Bay Area, it started happening there, and it wasn't so much Crips and blood. It became, like I said, this block against this block, and this block is 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
If you born in this apartment complex, you at war with this apartment. It's not that you did anything. You just this where you from.
Where you from?
So this is your enemy naturally. After a certain amount of years, from 92 to 2010, I got fed up with all of this limited. I can't put this artist with this artist, or this group can't rap with this group, or this producer can't come, or this filmmaker can't. So I said, Zay Tobin always like, why are you still in California, man? Won't you come down here? Come to Atlanta. In Atlanta, music is like how it was in the early 90s. That's how it is out here right now. Everybody's happy to be in a rap game. They got record stores still with CDs in the store still. Wow. Whether they bootleg or not, that didn't matter.
Right.
But they got stores all throughout the area, right? So the culture, and then also, this is the other thing about Atlanta, they have 50 nightclubs that all play rap music. So a brand new rapper have a better chance to come to a city like Atlanta and start promoting their music and catch a break with one of their songs. You had a better chance because of the environment. They got 5, 6 black colleges all in the same area. All these students go party every night. Sunday through Sunday, it's a music environment. So I finally moved there, and it was a slow start, but within a year, I was doing good. Within 2 years, I was doing great. Within 3 years, I became a top factor. I'm making movies there. I'm in charge of marketing and promotion for Jeezy, Gucci Man, Birdman, Future, Rich Homie Quan, Young Thug, Migos, because I brung the California street promotion swag to the streets of Atlanta, and they never really saw an individual organize the homeless community. Instead of me throwing all the money to strippers to promote my music, I was throwing my money to the homeless community, and they would go outside and hold my signs, put the flyers up at all the parties. Like I reversed the what a homeless person is to a regular person. Oh, that's just some bum asking for money.
Yeah.
But me hiring a homeless person
Yeah.
and all his buddies for a fair number, now my stuff on every car in the city.
Wow.
So by me doing that, the people in Africa was watching
Okay.
in a place called Burkina Faso.
That's interesting.
I
Yeah.
never even heard of the place
Wow.
Burkina. I heard of Nigeria. I heard of Ghana.
They tapped into what you was doing.
They the one called me.
Wow.
So they got a delegation. They brung a sports scout for basketball and baseball. They brought me for the entrepreneur, music, film, marketing, promotion. They brung a doctor that could talk with some of the up and coming young doctors out there.
Okay.
Like basically, they bring a delegation of people that can help their country through our natural talents. That's how I ended up going to visit. But when I went to visit, I was thinking I'm about to leave making all this money.
Yeah.
And I got there and they were poor.
Yeah.
So my entrepreneur, my message was, why is France owning all of y'all stuff?
Yeah.
I became a voice of opposition. Before their new president, it was me. The president they have now, he was part of the delegation that picked us up at the airport. Wow. Captain Ibrahim Traore, before he was captain, he was a private.
Right there.
This brother, I can't say I have anything to do with that. I just know God put me there before that brother saw what I was saying and what I was doing. I ended up building 2 water wells. I ended up buying 10 acres of land, helping to grow the food, providing solar power out there. Like I basically brought some entrepreneur spirit. And as a rap artist, I was the first rap artist ever in them trenches out there. So I stayed there from 2017. I came back. 2018, I came back. 2019, I said, I think I'm gonna try to live here because I'm familiar with the city Ouagadougou. I adopted, or I got adopted by an elder from the Kaya village, him and his wife and family. So I became a sponsor, but they call me grandson, so I call him grandpa. And then we stayed family. Wow. I brought my wife and my children, and we stayed there through 2019 and 2020. After that, after completing a certain amount of providing rice and food, I got to the point where I realized Africa is bigger than just Burkina Faso. So a friend of mine was living in Nairobi, Kenya. Okay. He said, JT, I see you over there struggling with that French language and the Moray language, brother. You know, these dudes over here, they like rap music and they talk English and they dress like us. They look like us. This is Nairobi, Kenya. So in January 2021, I moved my family to Nairobi, Kenya. And then that's when I ended up staying there for 2 years and did the same thing, but it was easier because everybody talked English. Language. I bought land, I built water wells, I provided jobs, and it just became a great experience of what I do here in America by trying to help my community. I did it there and it was way easier. It was way easier. And the politics,
in what aspects, like less red tape, like in Ghana, like that's like mortgage, all like that's foreign to them. You know what I'm saying? Credit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's foreign.
That's foreign.
That's foreign. Now it was easier to live. It was easier to live.
Yeah.
The food was better. Okay, but this the downside. Okay. Don't go there to make your money. That's what you don't do. Yeah. Because their economy, anybody who has a business there, their business is already struggling. Now you come adding your business, say you want to open up, you want to sell chicken, you want to sell fish, you want to open up a barbershop. Well, they paying $2 a haircut. So your barbershop, you gonna okay. So that's how, you know.
Right. And they snapping over here now.
Yeah, $50, $40, $60.
I'm glad I don't do I save myself.
Come on. The prices. So but as for someone to get the experience, 3 years ago, the price of living there was like you can spend $1,000 a month and you living good. Yeah. Now you got to spend $2,000 to $3,000. Now, because the economy, whatever happened to the American dollar over here, it impacted them over there.
Yeah.
Then they start catching on. All these Black Americans coming over there with the American dollar.
Right.
We would take our dollars and convert them into Kenyan shillings or into the CFA franc in West Africa, and your money would boost automatically.
Yeah.
Now the Africans, they don't want to get paid in their money. They want to get paid in our money. So if they look over here and see how much rent is going for,
right,
they start doing it over there. So your rent damn near the same. So whoever going there now is the new Africa, is they're more tuned in to make money from the Black Americans. So but I would advise everybody to at least visit.
Yeah.
But if you do want to take a chance to live over there, I know everyone is running to Ghana because they saying citizenship and all that.
Yeah.
But Ghana is one of the biggest places you're gonna get charged way more money because they already waiting on you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so many of us have made it there.
Yeah.
The prices, as soon as you get off the airport, the taxi driver will charge you more.
Right.
As soon as you look for an apartment and you speak out your
right.
voice, as soon as he hear your American voice, the prices is different.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't go. I tried to go there.
Yeah.
And then my man was like, come to Kenya. You pay for your visa when you get here. You get 3 months for $50. So you can stay for 3 months without having, no serious paperwork. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go try that.
Yeah.
So I ended up going there and I'm like, man, I could walk down the street and I could talk to anybody out here. I could go in a village and somebody could talk to me, but in Burkina Faso, there ain't no talking to nobody.
French is the
French or Moray language.
French or Moray.
Burkina Bay is the name of the people, or one of the tribes, and Moray is, the Mosi tribe is the biggest tribe. So Mosi, Burkina Faso people, and their tribe and their language is called Moray. But either you need to know Moray or you need to know French. Yeah. So what I did was English is not popping at all, and I paid for 2 years straight.
Yeah.
I paid this brother to stay with me every day to take me around. He charged me $10 to $20 a day.
US?
Let's say yep. I paid for that because I'm like, ain't no way in the world I'm finna be going over here.
Right.
And I'm trying to talk to somebody about buying a piece of fish or buying a soda or buying something.
Right.
It was hell.
Right.
No, that was hell. Yeah. The language is buried.
Yeah.
But the brother that's the president now, he on the map for kicking out the French people, changing the language, doing a deal with Russia, doing a deal with China.
They come doing a deal.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And he only 36 years old.
I think so. Yeah.
So he represent the new Africa, and more of other African countries is like, man, we got to do a coup, whatever that thing called, a coup to kick the other president out. Say, man, you with Joe Biden and them, man. We trying to get with somebody that's gonna be like bro. He fighting to get the money back in the hands, and they paid off all their debt.
That's something.
They got gold mines. So they did a deal with the gold mines for X amount of dollars and paid off all them billions of dollars that they owe, because they got gold mines with big ass blocks of gold chunks coming out the ground. I mean,
what you mean by Niger?
Niger is next door, and Mali next door to them. So they called the Sahel states, and they all teamed up and like, hey man, we about sick and tired of this. How the hell we got uranium, plutonium,
everybody,
oil, diamond, and they keep taking all our stuff. But what happens is, this is what happens. It's always what you saying, a nigga that'll take the money to cross their brother out. It's always somebody that's with. Hey, look, we give you $10 million cash, but the 10 million they giving you, they print this damn money. So they bring you some suitcases of money. And you about to set your brother up. To get him killed and knocked off, and now you become the face and the voice, and then you always have a deal where these trucks is coming in all 24 hours a day. These trucks is pulling in, getting the gold, getting the oil, whatever, and driving straight to the airport, and the stuff is leaving.
Getting about it.
That's it. The same way like Congo, same thing with with all that cobalt and that stuff in the ground.
It's intensifying. Definitely with Congo. It's intensifying in Congo. Man,
listen, the people next door, Uganda in on that, Rwanda in on that. Man, them folk in on that. That's how them army dudes is coming into their country through the other two countries. They ain't just flying in from nowhere, dropping them off on helicopters. Man, they didn't pay these folks so much money because you got the CEO Tim Cook of Apple standing next to the president from Rwanda. They smiling and cheesing and hugging and all that. Well, the groups that's coming over there taking the minerals and running the villagers away from those areas where all of the minerals is at, they coming from them two areas, Rwanda and Uganda. And it's a cold thing, bro. Like, I never seen so much backdooring.
Yeah.
Like in the hood, we got something called backdoor.
Yeah.
They got the master backdoors over there.
And he, you know, even with that, even with you know, that's some people. That's something you point out. I mean, it's going. So we say, how do you impede or how you stop, you know, betrayal, or, you know, it's something that a lot of times we won't talk about in our community, but it's a reality, not just in our community, just in, I mean, in any dynamic. Like, you know, I remember even with the movie, they was like, well, you know, don't talk about William O'Neill. No, we have to acknowledge that, you know what I'm saying? That's, I mean, we talk the Godfather movie, Fredo, you know what I'm saying? It exists. And I struggle to point out to people, I say, because a lot of times it's like an easy go-to to say with a financial situation, you know what I'm saying? They'll buy you out. But also the psychological profile, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they have a type, like, for example, what with William O'Neill, who supplied the floor plan with Chairman Fred and the 50th of Mark Clark to be assassinated. He
Alive still?
No, actually, we at right now. I'm gonna take you better. You're not that far from the place where where they claim he committed suicide.
Claim. They never found his body.
No, he's right there. They tell his body. Opposition is that the government took him out because he had just done an interview he just done Eyes on the Prize, and he was set to do another interview. And when they got a foolproof method. Like, okay,
you about to say something?
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Did he tell on the government?
No, he's just talking too much. He was a hustler. Like, he was sweating the Tribune for some more finance. And he was set to do another interview, and they know you whether you intentionally or not. You a risk. You know what I'm saying? They knock their own Kennedy wig back. You know what I'm saying? And it's a machine,
a patsy.
You know what I'm saying? What's the Oswald with Jack Ruby? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Come in,
patsy,
knock you down, and not till you think it's just that they be disciplined. No, they would get man for the mission. Gotta go. But actually,
kill their own shooter.
And made because see in the movie it showed that he was given a gas station. He actually it was some deep story with that. It was 2 gas stations. Right out in Maywood, and see, verdict is still out on a lot of people. But I add to that, like I say, we try like we have to looking at this too.
Mm-hmm.
They study like the psychological profile. You know what I'm saying? People just think about like it's a piece they had this guy locked up in Miami, Florida, and they traced him back. It was around the time when the U.S. when they was making a move in Haiti, and they wanted they were shaking Aristide when it's in the plane to get President Aristide about Haiti. They showed the guy, he didn't know how long he was a CIA operative, the guy that was in jail. They showed him the file. So they stroked his ego. A lady literally walked up to him and said, "You speak better than Aristide. Why are you not the spokesperson?" And they stroked his ego. You know what I'm saying? And they showed him one time when the ships that came up on the U.S. ships that came up on the borders, he was out there with a bullhorn protesting. And you know what I'm saying? And he thought all the people were just supporting him, but the CIA backed him because there was an internal conflict going on between the CIA and Bill Clinton. And you know what I'm saying? They gaslight them. You know what I'm saying? They people who have complexes, they don't know who they are. And if you go back, I watched a piece the other day, but how they utilize the history, like music. They before they assassinated Patrice Lumumba. They had a move. They had sent Louis Armstrong and others to do this big concert over there to help set the stage. But then, lo and behold, I'm checking the history of Louis Armstrong as a child who raised him. You know what I'm saying? This white Jewish family, you know, as a child. And see, like I tell you, like when you look at the movie, them silverback gorillas, whatever, it's a different silverback gorilla. They got that breast milk from the silverback gorilla as opposed to that poacher. That's that killed the mom and the mother and the father and put that milk in their hands. In the school system, school system.
Yeah,
this is a contradiction. It's strategic that like a lot of times people be reactionary and say, "Oh yeah, all the teachers are just we just think they just happen to be white women."
Yeah,
but there's policies put in place where their student loans are forgiven if they do a certain amount of time in what they call urban community. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And see, and your mind is open for that stage in the game. They know the development. Malcolm talked about 6th grade. You know what dude told him. You know what I'm saying?
Told him to be a
carpenter. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't gonna be no lawyer,
the
no
prison,
doctor.
all this is set up because they know the time to do developmental stages. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people, like, even when I was our community, who is locked up? I told in Chicago, I said, you can look at the cases, for example. I said, like, you hear people say reactionary stuff because being oppressed is embarrassing. So I told you how to jive myself. We start saying reactionary stuff like the mother is the daddy and the mother and the dad. They're like, who you can't sell that with no dogs. You know what I'm saying? I said, imagine somebody come get some puppies from you. You know what I'm saying? And they say, hey man, let me see what breed is this? Well, it's the mother. She the mother and the father. What?
The mother and the father.
You couldn't sell it with no dog.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? But they sell it to our community. You know what I'm saying? And it's as you can look at some cases, for example, in Chicago, the cases FBG Duck, LeDuc, you can literally look at the timeline of them brothers, and when their fathers come home, you know, like the transformation. You follow what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can just it's like you can see the impact. You know what I'm saying? It's like the National Geographic did this piece with the elephants, and the elephants was going through they call musk. It's like puberty for them. And they get to bumping each other. They don't know bad elephants. They just
part of the culture.
It's part of the culture. They brought 1 or 2 bulls down there. Man, without saying a word, elephants got in place.
Because they seen some power come through.
Even if the city can feel it.
Yeah.
I come to the school yesterday. I'm showing them that they buck wild running around. Hey man, it was like a Jenny Craig commercial before and after when I got through. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, your presence. You know what I'm saying? They know it. I'm tell you another. I call it war story, love story. We did this protest one time. It's about political prisoners. So no, about the violence in Chicago. So we come back 67 and hosted. So we crossed different areas. You know what I'm saying? The different sets, different street tribes. And then you seen these brothers come in. They get the banners. So one of them, someone get the free Jeff Ford. You know what I'm saying? Free Larry Hoover. And you can see these brothers, they were demoralized. Now, our terms are important. Not dope fiends, not hypes. Demoralized. See, your terms, I tell people, see, the politics, you know what I'm saying? I tell people, say, we have to be consistent with that. I say, like, the U.S. knows the importance of it. It's an interview that Minister UEP Newton doing at the penthouse. And they kept asking Minister UEP Newton about the VCs in Vietnam. It's going to be, they thought he was deaf. He wouldn't respond. He said, you talking about the Vietnamese people? He refused to acknowledge them as calling them VCs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In Somalia, they call them skinnies. That's a strategic move. It dehumanizes you. You know what I'm saying? So these brothers, they demoralize. They come. So the brother with me, he filmed me like, Chairman, it's getting heated. I said, be cool, man. Be cool. We got this. Be cool. So you can see they back straightening out. Like they're going like
they can hear the energy in your voice and your atmosphere that you bring.
They saying they respect the street name. You know what I'm saying? So they get this it's like some pride in their tribes. They start, you know what I'm saying? Like you can see them like they going back through time. Free Chief Malik, you know what I'm saying? You can see the confidence in them. And then they were like, Chairman, when you gonna say something, I said, be cool. So they got to that point. And right when the time for the potential boiling point, because they started getting like antagonistic, because these are contradictions now. Different, you know what I'm saying? When they got, I strategically grabbed certain brothers, you know what I'm saying? Certain brothers would get into the thing. And they'll say, free them all. And you like a unison, like a choir, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because they tell us, like, we didn't have peace treaties. We got the thing we refer to as tribe truces. Because see, they tell you to get rid of your energy. You know what I'm saying? No, keep it. You know what I'm saying? You need that. I ain't trying to castrate you. Redirect it. You know what I'm saying?
Redirect
you should be, you know what I'm saying? Redirect
it.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I think I heard the minister say this before, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, he said, every person got their own atmosphere. If you ain't, let's say we in here having a conversation that's positive, and all it takes is one brother to walk in here that's on something else, everybody in the room could feel it.
Yeah.
Either it's gonna make us get uncomfortable, and we gonna want to disperse, or our energy is gonna overpower his energy to get him to tighten up. Nigga, you tight. We ain't on that right now. But he might come in like, I ain't feeling this shit. Or whatever, you know, he don't gotta say it, but he walking in and everybody like, what bro on?
Right, exactly.
Like everybody could feel it without us talking.
No doubt about it.
He said, we got that power.
Yes.
It's a particular power that every man born with. If something ain't feeling right, you gonna already know.
You know what? That's real talk. But the added dynamic with our community is the one with on the nonsense. They fund them. This is the system. You know what I'm saying? They back him. They reward him. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, you be like, I'm trying to do something principle. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But they grab a runts of the litter and raise them up. You know what I'm saying? Like how you destroy an organization. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, the Panther Party, they will pick out certain forces, get rid of it, you know what I'm saying? And they had to take over a country. Afghanistan, they put dude as I forget what year it was. Dude, brother was they say he was like low down, you know what I'm saying? It's how you get that spot. And that's when they open a new prison. They go grab the bandits, the rapists, you know what I'm saying? And they'll put them in place, and them young cats will come in and they see like, man, God told me in the joint one time, he said, man, Chairman, I like what you be doing, but they shake your cell down, they transfer you. He said, they don't harass the cats who be on the nonsense, you know what I'm saying? And that, so the heighten that, so like even
positive, brother, you know they coming in your shit.
They bring that heat on you. And also, a lot of times they give us people who may be positive, they can't relate. That's what's good about this Kendrick Lamar. He relates to them cats too, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's a dynamic to be. I say, I'm a 3-striker finish. What you mean? I say, you got nuts, knowledge, and a knack for organizing, 3 Ks. It's one thing that has some backbone. Some people have it, they do it for their own individual thing, no problem. Then you'll say you got knowledge is one thing. Some cats do a lot of what they call intellectual masturbation. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But then but a knack for organizing. See, as an individual, it don't present a big threat to them. But like I said, some place your aura, like I said, it can be contagious. Like you know what I'm saying? And it's the same way they'll put people to break our spirits. It's like the movie Apocalypto. The natives was fighting, and a young native told the other native, he said, man, you gotta go. He said, what? He said, your fear is contagious.
Yeah.
Your fear is contagious.
Yeah.
It's contagious.
You gonna get somebody whacked.
You breaking the spirit of these other people. and encourage is contagious. Man, you can go. I get to this joint Menard, and this dude was drawing these envelopes, selling with Panthers on them. So I'm trying to tell. So he down there, they not tripping on him. So when I get there, I'm telling him, hey, my man, man, I can do what I want to do. I can do. I said, oh, okay, do you, man, do your thing. Next day, them boys came with them alphabets on the back of their jackets and took them up out of there. They said, man, who are you? So don't worry about it. My presence down here, they know it ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's something that they can tell somebody with dogs.
That's right.
At the Hampton House, I can tell you which dog barking, what's the threat, when ain't no threat. You know what I'm saying? And they do it with our people, man.
Come on, man. Hey, one thing that's for sure, I just think that trying to do the right thing automatically come with some problems. Your life is a testament to that. Whatever, by you just trying to carry what your father was doing, it automatically brought you
he
problems
come with it
every step of the way.
Yes,
all the problems that came, it wasn't because you was doing nothing wrong. It's because you trying to do something right,
man.
And if you keep going trying to do right, it's more problems.
Real talk.
But God made you.
Man,
to deal with them problems. My brother said, I was born for this.
Come on, man.
While he here right now, sitting right there now, right?
Yes, sir.
And we was talking about
how,
and when he said it, it made me say it. Right. You know what? I'm born for this job right now.
Yeah.
I could deal with the uncomfortableness that come with it and the opposition that might come from whichever angles to achieve some of good, like bringing people to service on a Sunday. This opposition already coming with that.
What?
But the goal is to push past the opposition to achieve something good.
Yeah.
Regardless, and then if you comfortable to go through your uncomfortable, and I'm well, then we gonna win.
Yeah.
It's
Real
a winning situation.
Come on, man.
Like people say, I want to be comfortable to be successful as a cameraman or as a rapper or as. No, it's not comfortable, bro. Who told you that shit?
What?
Boy, this shit come with. You might gotta sleep in the car. You might gotta sleep on the couch. You might have to go to a hotel, pretend like you waiting on your room to get done and fall asleep in the lobby just to have you a spot. This is shit I had to do. I had to do this same shit. Man, what? To be uncomfortable. I thank God Mr. Farrakhan taught us about that. He said, brother, it's not comfortable to get to where you want to go. So if you want to be covered in the Quran, it says that those who lead easy lives got a chastisement coming. Those who have that comfortable life and you ain't part of the struggle,
Real talk.
Oh yeah, you got a payment coming. Yeah. Those of us who in the struggle, we might envy you sometimes because it look like you got a good life, but in reward, your reward ain't the same as those who struggle reward.
Real
Power
talk.
to the people.
Power to the people.
Free them all.
Free them all. I got to shout.
You got to give to them, though. Our struggle turn into our whole life. Because you got to look at like movies. Look, man, we used to run away and shit. And sleep in cars and sleep
just to be free.
Now you get older, you chasing your dreams. That shit ain't nothing.
Let me shout out, man. Speaking of man, his brother Golden Child too, man.
Shout out to Golden Child.
Man. Hey, this young brother here, man. I'm with them youngsters, and it's so needed, man. You know what I'm saying? Them be them shot in the arms. You know what I'm saying? He did a performance a few months back, and I get a touchdown. So I'll come right in, man. Get down with him to my man. Infectious, and I tell you, I'm saying it to. I know a lot of people don't be. They just throw the whole baby with the bathwater and say, man, these young people ain't talking about. Oh, it's some cats making some moves out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, brother, definitely. I was telling them about it. I say, man, I kept watching them from my page. I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be out there, part of that. I'm supposed to be part of going in them trenches to go help our brothers, man. You know, people who feel like the one who feel like don't nobody love me, don't nobody care, my life ain't worth shit. That's why I don't mind killing these niggas. I don't mind dying and going. Well, that's the same one. If somebody just gave him a little bit of push, he might be worth the most money. He might be the one that got the sauce. The one with the most pain actually be having the most sauce. It's just that the pain and the cloudiness of uncertainty. Am I gonna live? Am I gonna die? Is the feds gonna get me? Is homicide looking for me? Like the darkness of that part can make it easy to still crash out. But when you get some people like, hey, nah, hold on, bro. Hold on, let's dust you off a little bit. Hold on, bro. Let's put you out front right now. Like, damn, well, you know what? I am valuable. Hell now he's thinking about his life different. Like, you know what? I think I'm gonna hold on for I just died right now because the pain make it easy to want to die or go to jail. Like the suffering, watching a friend die on the run, the different situations that come with that life, you know, but imagine that same person is in the house writing on that pen and pad. They got the coldest bars right now. The one who going through the worst struggle. So I told bro, I was like, man, I want to really find the ones that nobody love right now. I want to work with the dudes that don't nobody like. They say they ain't worth nothing. Because that's, the minister said, the worst one is the best one. They just need that chance.
So you're right. I want to say free capital P, free them all. Tay Savage, keep your head about that, man. There's so many youngsters out there making us with potential, man. People are pregnant with potential, man. Listen, I know this is the last minute call, man. You were just I probably headed out in Kentucky with Breonna Taylor's family, Jacob Blake this Saturday. But what this Sunday? I'm see what time I get back in. This is pre-Savings Day.
This pre-Savings Day.
You got buses. Give us some details or some contact. I got to see what time I get back in Sunday. I'm gonna get the comrade, the field marshal, his contact number too. Though.
Okay.
But what's happening? You know what I'm saying?
This Sunday, what we doing? 8 o'clock.
16th.
This the 16th. This Sunday, we got 4 buses, right? Going to different areas. One bus, we want to come to your area.
Okay.
We got breakfast.
I get forces together, y'all.
We got breakfast, and after the meeting, we got lunch. Paid for. And also, we want to put a little financial love offering in each person's pocket as well, just for them to be able to go home with a little something for themselves.
Well,
because it's called giving back. Trapflix. If y'all out there listening right now, download the app called Trapflix. TRAPFLIX.
Somebody type that in for on the board.
Yeah, Trapflix, like Netflix. Download the app. This is a black man. I created this app. I'm a software engineer, but I'm also the filmmaker, and I'm the actor, and I'm the executive producer. So it's a unique situation, and God blessed me to, generate some nice income. But I know I wouldn't have his mind if it wasn't for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So I want to salute him by saluting the community, his people, directly. With a love offering, I got to do it. I got to do it, man.
He throw the black twist on. As soon as he came to Intellectual Studios, you know what I'm saying? He said, man, this the hub. He said, man, this the black scene, CNN. I never thought about it in that context, but I like that.
It looked like in its own way.
Yeah.
Because each section could be representing finance. When this
Man, y'all
represent
make sure y'all
housing, this represent
hands to
schooling, this
man.
you know.
It's a whole. Hey, man,
It look like it.
Y'all subscribe. IntellectualRadio.com. You gonna. Hey, I mean, it's hosts, it's programs and shows from. I mean, man, every spectrum. You know what I'm saying? You would turn on one. You're like, damn, listen about this electoral politics. What's happening? West Side, Chicago, South Side, Maywood, all that. Man, IntellectualRadio.com. Black
right.
CNN, I could dig.
Black CNN, man. I'm naming it that right now,
Yes,
man.
indeed.
It's the
Yes,
Black
indeed.
CNN,
Yes, indeed.
where the intellectual minds meet to help change the world.
So you're right.
Straight like that.
We live in the regular spirit of making history, taking history, y'all. We gonna lock and load for get ready for next. Y'all get prepared for the next episode. But in the meantime, between time, hit me up, y'all, so I can get back. I can hit my brother tonight. You know, so early in the morning, the latest. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be at the bus. I gotta find out what time I get back in. Sunday. But you know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? The line's still moving. You know what I'm saying? Let a million flowers bloom. So gonna get on top of that. My brother, he came by the Hampton House. I got to. He had stopped at we only because he's a phenomenon. Y'all go on man on that social media. We work on getting that pool back open. So I'm stopping by there. You know what I'm saying? Man, help us put the pressure to get that pool back. The chairman Frey have the Aquatic Center back open, and also support. You know what I'm saying? Get the Hampton House. We're trying to get the Hampton House renovated. We didn't save it. We need to get it renovated, y'all. So go to Save the Hampton House, thehamptonhouse.org. Hit the donate button or go to Cash App, $ Save the Hampton House. Whatever support you can, we appreciate y'all. It's been a making history, taking history. Any closing remarks? I'm gonna say closing for this time because you're gonna be back with us.
I gotta come on back,
Real
man.
talk.
Hey, I just want to thank the people for tuning in. I want to thank my brother Fred Hampton Jr. You know, all power to the people, man. And you know the movement is still alive, and I'm just thankful that I could to come and participate. I'm an active participant.
Doors open 24/7, bro. Whenever you come out,
Yes,
say he called earlier. I said it's snowing to go. He said,
I don't care. I
tripping.
need to come. I wish it was snowing harder.
Man, he
to
said,
prove my
moving, man.
love, man.
So we hit down. We in the barber shop. We hit there.
Yeah, we hit him up.
Hit him up, man.
Yeah.
So y'all, we gonna come back in with y'all. Y'all keep y'all heads up, eyes on the fist clench, man. What's it called? Free them all. Power to the people.
Power to the people. Right on. Oh, we did it.
Yes, indeed.
No, that was awesome right there.
Yes,
they got to get a little bit of the